we take a look at your name itself and where it comes from. The ability to have me as your father, to groom you, to have you do greater works than myself. I took a page from the Ten Commandments, if you will. If you started the book of Moses and you look at the Ten Commandments, he led his people, but he could only do so much. And God gave him knowledge and the wisdom to appoint Joshua to continue to move his people forward. Well, I look at that in our life, meaning that me as someone that wants to elevate, move our people from where poverty and where we were to be able to move forward to middle and upper class to where we are today, and then to have you not only move us up financially, but spiritually, emotionally, the things of which we need in our country and in our lives. So for me to you, and you being independent, owner, focus, there's nothing but greatness in your future.
On April 30th, 2015, my father, Grady, took me to my first NFL draft in Chicago, Illinois. Roughly 2 or 3 hours following the conclusion of the first round, I remember sitting in this hotel lobby in a room full of first-round draft picks, marketing advisors, and some of the best in regards to NFL agents. And as I sat there starstruck, I watched my father just work this room, and a man named Eugene Parker, one of the first and most prominent African-American agents of all time, came and sat down next to me, and we had a conversation. Mr. Parker said, when you look at your father is a prototypical salesman. He can sell water to a fish. He said, but I, speaking about himself, I'm the X's and O's, the blueprint, the behind the scenes type of guy. But he said, you, Joshua, you are the perfect blend of your father and I if you ever decided to be a sports agent. And I didn't know it at the time, but Mr. Parker would plant a seed in me that God would continue to sow and cultivate within me even until this day. And if you fast forward roughly 3.5 years from that hotel lobby, I find myself in my living room in a time where I'm in the heat of the recruiting cycle, when guys that I've known since they've been in high school are turning their backs on me. Satan is starting to use that voice of self-doubt. After all, the number one lie he tells us is that we're not enough. And I'm sitting on my couch somewhat crying out to God, God, please just show me a sign. Show me who you are calling me to be. And I actually turn to my Bible. I open it up and it opens directly to the very first page of Joshua. And I read through it, and just the first chapter alone, God tells Joshua 3 times to be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, and once to be strong and very courageous. And trust me, as a 26-year-old young black man competing against corporate America, you have to be strong and courageous. And after miles and miles of flights traveled, numerous texts and calls, and only the Lord knows how many prayers, I am both so proud and yet so humbled to be able to officially welcome a new brother to the GSA family. And when I use the word family, we stand on 3 specific pillars: trust, loyalty, and prosperity. B, you have trusted in me throughout this entire process, never once questioned my decisions or my skill set. In a time where other agents as well as players are trying to get you to doubt my experience or my connections, you have remained loyal to a T. You have been all in on me and my vision for this company. And in return, in the same manner that Joshua led God's people to the promised land in the Bible, I will lead you to the prosperity that God has set aside just for you. One thing in GSA, one philosophy we have adopted for 2019 is we don't make promises, we just prove. Byron Cowart, I think it's safe to say, you and I have a lot to prove. So let's do it.
If you prepare right and work hard, what the fuck I'm nervous for? I'm finna go turn up. I'm finna go ball. Having fun what I'm doing, I'm finna go show these people. Oh yeah, Byron Cowart ain't going nowhere. He here. And it's that time. So.
I gotta play my rear view, I pull in the parking spot. Cause where I'm from, all the young down in the parking lot. Get 10 seconds on the news, they barely talk about us. You gotta watch the way you move, they make it talk about you. The reaper coming, gotta keep it on me.